Carla, I wanted to talk to you as part of our PR masterclass, as you've been using Journalink for about 6 months now.
Yes.
So I just wanted to understand about how you fit PR into your daily management as a small business owner. But first of all, just to start with, what is your definition of PR and how do you find it helps your small business?
PR for me is how we reach out to our customers, whether they're existing previous customers or new potential customers. And it's a way of us telling them what we're doing already and letting them interact with us in a different way. So they know what the business is doing and they can pick that up as and when they want to.
And how does doing PR help your business? How have you seen it had a positive impact?
It's had a massive impact for us since we started doing it. People are seeing us as real knowledge-based recruiters. The information we put into the marketplace really backs up that we know what we're talking about.
And obviously, as a small business owner, you and your husband run your business. You're also a mum as well. I can imagine your to-do list is as long as my arm and growing.
Yeah.
How do you fit something like PR into your daily management on top of everything else?
Doesn't actually have to take that long. So I started with some quite small goals and have built on that as I've learned a little bit more about what I'm doing. But there are lots of things out there that can help me manage my time, things to schedule my social media posts in advance, for instance. Journalink allows you to save things and come back to it and schedule those in advance for when you want them to go out. So I don't have to be doing it right at that moment. I can do it at 2 o'clock in the morning if I need to.
Yeah. And how much time would you say you spend on your PR? And how do you spread this across your month or your year? How often are you coming to kind of pick up that story?
Producing content takes a little bit longer, but actually putting it out to the market takes me very little time, maybe 4 or 5 hours across a month and maybe an hour a week around putting some posts out there, doing some research and scheduling a press release perhaps once every fortnight, something like that.
Now, you talked about tools and tips that you use to manage your PR. How do you, apart from obviously using Journalink, how do you measure like your marketing and PR results? Are there any tools or platforms that you'd highly recommend?
Google Analytics is probably our biggest one. So for us, the most important thing is, have we generated any leads that have come through to us from the business? And then have we increased our website traffic is a really easy way for us to measure whether or not that's been successful. So Google Analytics is pretty key for us to do that.
Yeah. And how do you track your coverage? Are you using anything to keep track of where you're appearing in the media at the moment?
Google Alerts help me with, I've got one set up for my name, which is probably a little bit vain, but it helps because my name's often attributed to the quotes that we've put out there, and then things against the company as well.
Yeah.
So they come through to me as and when something goes out, so I always know that something's been picked up.
Yeah. And speaking of coverage, what kind of coverage have you had? You know, how have you positioned yourself in the media, and what kind of coverage has yielded the best results for your business?
It's not been quite what I expected. So the company information that we put out has been picked up really well, and that's given us some good results. But what I didn't expect was the requests from journalists that come through via the Journalink site, and I've had quite a lot of success in responding to those.
Okay.
I think because it's timely and you're responding to what people want to hear about at that moment in time. So we've had a lot of success through that route, and actually that's generated a lot of traffic back to us.
And what about your most memorable piece of coverage so far? Just tell me about that story and how that came about.
About a year ago, I started doing some research into women in cybersecurity, which is one of the areas we recruit for. So I put a lot of research out into the market about gender and pay and women in cyber. And one of those stories got picked up by probably the biggest magazine in that industry, but mostly because I embarrassed myself in front of the journalist at a social event. So it got the ball rolling and helped us build a relationship, and that's how the coverage came about. So maybe not your most typical route, but it got the right result.
Exactly, and it's all about building that relationship. It doesn't matter how you start, right?
No, exactly, and building the relationship with that journalist and then a few others has really helped us as well.
And if you could just, you've mentioned a couple of times that you use JournoLink and how you use it. What do you find useful about the platform? How has it helped you?
Few different ways. So being able to save things and come back to them later. It's really easy to use. You're prompted for everything that a journalist wants. So if I was doing it myself, I might not have always thought to attach an image, for instance, to a press release, which actually now I know really helps a journalist and makes it more likely that they'll use that. And then the weekly emails with things that are coming up that week just help me think about if I can tailor something that we were going to put out there already, or if I can bring something forward, or if I should be putting out a comment that maybe I hadn't thought to do.
And finally, any tips for our businesses who are using the platform, your top tips for how you integrate PR and manage PR within your small business?
I'd say start small. Don't set yourself a goal of putting out 10 pieces of coverage a week, because you're probably not going to hit it and you'll get put off. So start with once a fortnight or something small that you know you can achieve. And then just remember that your customer base is 24/7. I'm online at silly times in the night and the evening, so your customers are too, and you don't have to be tied to doing it at a set time every day or every week. You can do it when it fits in around your schedule.
Great. Well, that's been really useful, and I think that's given us a real insight into how you can use PR in a real world sense in a small business. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.